Which UC PIQ is right for you to recycle your Common App essay? That is the topic of today's video. My name is Craig Meister. I'm a college admissions coach. You can learn more about me and how you can work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process on my website, which is collegemeister.com. And if you're interested in learning about whether or not you are or your student is on track for selective college admission in the United States of America, visit areyouontracktogetin.com. Again, that's areyouontracktogetin.com, at which you will complete a free 3-minute assessment. Your results will be emailed to you right away, and they will help you clarify whether or not you are or your student is on track for selective college admission in the United States of America. The University of California application requires first-year applicants to complete 4 personal insight questions, and students have 8 prompts from which to choose. And most of my students completing the UC application have already submitted their Common App by the time they roll around to getting their UC application together. And so it goes to figure that to be as effective and efficient as possible with their time, students should try, if at all possible, to recycle their Common App essay and fit it into one of the 4 PIQs they're responding to on the UC application. But easier said than done. The fact of the matter is, the UC PIQs are word limited to 350 words each, whereas the Common App essay has a word limit of 650 words. So you're basically going to have to cut that bad boy in half in order to squeeze it into one of your PIQ responses. On top of that, the actual prompts, the PIQ prompts on the UC application are not the same prompts that you find on the Common App for the Common App essay. So you do have to get a little creative, but it is very doable if you are creative and thoughtful and really want very much not to have to write 4 brand new 350-word essays when completing our UC application. So how would I approach this? How do I approach this? There are 8 PIQs, and I find that the 3 PIQs that work best for recycling Common App essays are as follows. PIQ number 3, what would you say is your greatest talent or skill? How have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time? This is a wonderful PIQ to recycle your Common App essay for because it's broad enough where you can usually use any strong Common App essay where you've shown yourself growing or changing or evolving, and therefore demonstrating a skill set by the end of your Common App essay that you didn't have in the beginning of your Common App essay. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you responded to the Common App essay prompt, reflect on a time when you questioned or challenged a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? Or you responded to the Common App essay prompt, discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of yourself or others, or even some of the other Common App essay prompts. All of those prompts tease out a story where you are sharing how you have grown in a specific way. And ideally, you could frame that in the context of developing a skill or a skill set by the end of your Common App essay that you did not have at the beginning of your Common App essay. Well, that very much aligns with prompt number 3 on the PIQ list of what would you say is your greatest talent or skill. You could just zero in on this skill that you've developed in the narrative of your Common App essay and just hone in on that in a 350-word version of your Common App essay for PIQ number 3 on the UC application. So I really like number 3 a lot for your PIQ recycling job of your Common App essay. Now, there is another one I also really like, which is number 5. Describe the most significant challenge you have faced and the steps you have taken to overcome this challenge. How has this affected your academic achievement? Now, that part I don't love as much because obviously the first part of the prompt is very much in line with almost every Common App essay prompt, which is, talk about something that you had to overcome or talk about something that, again, forced you to step outside of your comfort zone. Of course, that very much aligns with something you could write for Common App essay prompt number 1 Common App essay prompt number 2, Common App essay prompt number 3, Common App essay prompt number 4, or Common App essay prompt number 5. So again, I really think that this prompt on the PIQ options, number 5, is very much built toward that standard. Now, the one thing you're going to have to just add on to it is the explicit underscoring of how this challenge that you've overcome intersects with, if at all, your academic achievement. In most cases, the students who are writing a really strong Common App essay in response to prompts number 1 through 5 on the Common App don't necessarily have to or want to bring in the story how it's affected their academic trajectory in any way, shape, or form, or their academic achievement. In some cases, you may already be doing that, in which case, lucky you. But for most students, that's not coming into their Common App essay. If you have written a strong essay about you facing some sort of challenge and how you overcame that challenge, I would still say you want to seriously consider prompt number 5 on the PIQs, because you can always create new content. It doesn't have to be a majority of the content be new, but a few sentences where you do allude to the fact of how this has impacted your academic achievement throughout high school in particular, maybe as early as younger years. But if it has in any way impacted it, of course, you can share that. If it has not impacted it, but it's still such a good essay, and it's definitely one that you show yourself overcoming this challenge, and it's generally otherwise really well crafted, and you could hone it in on the best 350 words or so, you could take it down to 320 or so, and then still build out a sentence or two explaining how it did not impact your academic achievement at all. If it's true, I mean, obviously you always want to be authentic. You are always want to be honest. You don't want to make a story up that doesn't ring true or as authentic. So don't say it impacted your academic achievement if it did not. If it did not affect your academic achievement, don't say it did. But I think you should give props to the prompt here, and of course, refer back to the fact that you read the prompt and allude in one way, shape, or form to your academic achievement in this response, which you probably did not do in the Common App essay if you're going to recycle your Common App essay for PIQ prompt number 5. I also really do like prompt number 8, of course, because it's so open-ended, and you can squeeze into this response a very well-structured essay that was built in response to ideally prompts 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe even 6 on the Common App. I do not like, as you have watched previous videos of mine, Common App essay prompt number 1 or 7 at all, particularly 7. It's a disaster for most writers. So hopefully you're not just going to be recycling an essay you wrote on the Common App for Common App prompt number 7 for UC prompt for the PIQs number 8, because it's broad. Beyond what has already been shared in your application, what do you believe makes you a strong candidate for admission to the University of California? If you do recycle your Common App essay for this prompt, you do by the end want to build out a sentence or two where you explicitly state how you are better prepared to achieve success within the University of California system here, which again was language that you never would have had in the Common App essay, because in your Common App essay, you never refer specifically to a college name, but you can, of course, refer here to University of California, not the actual campus, of course, if you're applying to more than one University of California campus. If you are just applying to one University of California campus, by all means, if you want to just throw it in there, the actual name of UC Santa Barbara or UC Berkeley, by all means, but of course that limits you later on from applying to any other UC school. So I would keep it as general as referring at the end to why this has particularly prepared you or propelled you to be someone who can meet with success at University of California, and don't go as specific as the campus name if you do respond to PIQ number 8 by recycling a Common App essay you wrote in ideally response to prompt number 2, 3, 4, or 5 on the Common App. Now, the fourth PIQ that you could theoretically respond to by recycling your Common App essay and do so successfully is if you responded to Common App essay prompt number 6. Prompt number 6 on the Common App is describe an idea, topic, or concept you find so engaging that it makes you lose all track of time. Why does it captivate you? What or who do you turn to when you want to learn more? That very much aligns, in my mind, with UC PIQ prompt number 6, same number. Think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside or outside the classroom. if you so happen to pick that idiosyncratic Common App essay prompt, number 6, you are good to go with PIQ prompt number 6 again, because these are very tightly aligned, basically. I mean, there's very little else you can find that sort of perfectly aligns like these two prompts do. And again, it's so interesting that they are both prompt number 6, but very few students respond to prompt number 6 on the Common App. So that's why it's my 4th option in this video, because the vast majority of students who have written their Common App essay are responding to other prompts on the Common App. And that is why prompts 3, 5, and 8 on the PIQ prompt options usually are more applicable for strong Common App essay writers than PIQ prompt number 6, because it's just a rare prompt for Common App essay students to respond to. But I love it. And if you have a lot of passion to write in response to that type of prompt for prompt number 6 on the Common App, you, like I said, are in a really advantageous position to only have to focus on creating up to maybe 3 new responses for your PIQs as opposed to 4. You're going to be in a really great position to zero in on those 3 new ones, or recycle essays from other supplements on other Common App essays that you've been writing for your UC PIQs. And again, you want to be as efficient and effective as possible with your time. You're a high school senior. You are busy in clubs, activities, different things, obviously getting the highest grades of your life first quarter in most cases. So it goes to figure that you don't want to have to create any new essays that you don't have to create. And that is why recycling Common App essays and even supplemental essays makes so very much sense as you are cobbling together your final bits of information and ready to submit your UC application, which is due late November in any given year. Obviously, that could change in the future, but right now, for many years, it's been the case that the University of California application is due at the end of November, which is a unique deadline in the scheme of deadlines out there for first-year applicants. Now, let's say you finished your Common App and you want to know if it's as strong as possible and whether or not, in its current condition, your chances of admission are impressive, inconclusive, or inadequate. You need my pre-read. Getting my pre-read now means having me review your entire Common App, just like an admissions officer or admissions committee will review it later, and receiving by email no later than the time you reserve a comprehensive report highlighting what's working and what's not on your full Common App and one Common App supplement. If you've yet to submit your Common App, my pre-read may motivate you to make adjustments to it before your deadline. If you've already submitted your Common App, my pre-read will prepare you for what I deem to be your likely admissions outcome at the institution in question. While I do not offer my pre-read for the UC application, I know that many UC applicants are also applying to one or more Common App schools, and so that is why I felt it was necessary to mention this invaluable product on today's video. To learn more about my pre-read, go to mypreread.com, and that's also where you can purchase my pre-read. Again, that's mypreread.com. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process, go to my website, which is collegemeister.com. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and most importantly, stay stress-free throughout the entire college admissions process.